It's going to be a quite a long time.
Yeah.
If it really is gonna be 38 degrees tomorrow, it would feel amazing.
Yeah.
We got a real jam
See, I got mine. Yeah. I like this in my house. I'm thinking of doing gloves in my house. That's terrible. I started doing this when I was watching it in my grandson place. College.
What grade you were in?
Oh, I figured that's
Oh. My point.
Yes.
And how some people on the hair and Canada. So they're so
Yeah.
skilled.
Alive, I am. It's got a warm up. This air.
They didn't say that. That's one conversation.
Thank you for taking care of the squeaky wheel.
Yeah.
It was driving my son and driving me crazy. It's so loud in the house. I can't sleep at night. Thanks.
Yep.
As long as they live.
Because I have to.
You
You think they're going to take care of you. Person will say, what do you want?
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
That's a red.
You lose all the time, it's not game.
But yeah, it's a good one. People ask me to do it, I said, what do you think of that? In the roads?
Well, did I miss it? Yeah, it's in there. Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Right here is the, oh, so the first, shows the first year. And then it goes up, right, you get that far. Yeah, I only, yeah, there's two. Okay, yeah.
It's the same, as it's last
Yeah. Ryan, do you know what that means?
His car was out here, so it should be.
Oh,
republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for February 9th, 2026 as presented.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carried. Approval of consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda. The regular township board meeting minutes dated January 12th, 2026. To accept the treasurer's report as presented. To accept the assessor's report for February 2026. To approve the January 2026 bills, transfer of funds. The bills listing for the general fund checks 31122 through 31164. The building checks 2654 through 2655. Electronic fund transfers, payrolls for township police and fire departments for January 2026, $144,645.30.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. County reports.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, board members. Since your last township board meeting, we've had one board meeting on January 22nd. Among other things, we approved $55,080 for annual radio support for central dispatch and $7,235 for cybersecurity assessment for central dispatch. Both is coming up in 9/11 surcharge that we all pay for our phone, through our phones. It isn't coming out of the general fund. We also scheduled a public hearing for March 12th for the new 5-year park plan. We put out a park plan every 5 years so we can apply for grants through the Department of Natural Resources. We also approved contract extensions for our county administrator controller, Moses Sanso, through June 30th of 29, and for Central Dispatch Director Jeff Setkowski through January 1 of 32. Also pursuant to the Properties Committee recommendation, we removed the controller Sanso and Building Grounds Director Anderson from the Properties Committee. All the other committees have always just been 3 county commissioners. For some reason, that committee included 2 other non-board members, and the controller himself recommended that he and the Building Grounds Director come off it, so we approved that. We also purchased a new 2026 Dodge Durango GT for $46,114 for the Sheriff's Department to replace a vehicle that had been in an accident. By a 4-3 vote, we sent the proposed contract for the flock license plate cameras to our corporate counsel with written questions from the commissioners. If we are to approve the flock cameras, the contract that they sent was not acceptable. Among other things, we have always required any long-term contract that the county entered into that we have a termination clause. We've always had a termination for cause, but if for some reason the sheriff decided he didn't want cameras anymore, we got a different camera, we need a way to get out without having to pay the full amount. And if the flock will agree to that, we may approve it. Without that approval, we won't agree to it. And finally, I'd like to congratulate the Metamora Fire Department on winning the chili cook-off Saturday at Andy's Bar. My pleasure to be one of the judges. Of course, it was blind. I had no idea who I was voting for. In fact, I don't even know who the other two judges voted for. But the Metamora Fire Department did win the overall first place. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Public time.
Karen Pacheco, still Village of Metamora. So just to pick up on something that our county commissioner just brought up, 5-year recreation plans. It's been a long time since Metamora had a recreation plan. He once worked with the village to make one, because now we've got that big piece of property that's been sitting out there since 2013. It finally got assigned this year, and man, it'd be great to get some grants to develop that. And by the way, that sign that finally went up in October of 2025, even though, again, the property was purchased in 2013 as a park, it is in the deed when it was transferred to the village. It says that sign says established 2025. That is absolutely false. It is a known lie, because I've talked to them about this multiple times on film. That park was, I believe the resolution was either in 2016 or 2017, that named it as a park so that they could apply for grants. So Mr. Bester on the DDA, you should get that sign either covered up or changed. Because that could very much affect the ability to apply for grants. The lie on the sign. So, gosh, where to start? I wish at these light meetings, when you don't have so much on the agenda, you would start looking through things and looking at ordinances and that type of thing, because those things need review every few years, and I don't hear you guys going through much, just like the planning commission doesn't go through much. I think it'd be great if you use some of this time to do that, these short meetings. I know they're nice, and we've all been busy this time of year, but it would be great. So every year I track for the village infractions that I see there, largely off-road vehicles, golf carts, underage drivers, underage passengers, that type of thing. And at the end of the year, I spend a couple hours and I go through all the complaints that I wrote up. This is just what I witnessed, as I always say. It's just a snapshot of what I saw as I drove through. And what I saw this year was actually quite alarming, an increase in certain things. And I've been bringing you these numbers for a while. Illegal parking, driving through the village, 110 times I saw illegal parking. That's primarily people parking on the sidewalk next to Metamora General, but it can be other places within the village. And when I bring you these numbers, I'm hoping the police department can start to coordinate with the village and fix some of these issues. Put up signs, do some enforcement to get these things down. Now, parking in Harbor Park is something I have been tracking for a while now. 170 instances when I drove by Harbor Park, and this was not on concert days, this was non-concert days, 170 times, 170 vehicles I saw parked inside Harbor Park, and the deed there says no vehicle should be parked inside. Vehicles on the rail trail, 20 times this year, that's down a bit, but again, that's just what I witnessed. Golf carts out after curfew, and this is one that I really hope the police will think about. 68 times I saw that, and I personally witnessed police officers drive by and ignore it. Thank you.
Monday, January 26th, I filed a complaint with Joe Israel at the township about a trailer being used as a residence, a travel trailer. Joe has all the original pictures. These are pictures I took. This one's October 9th, 2025, September 25th. This is the one showing he's using a pail to dump his wastewater. I don't seem to be getting anywhere with this. You have it in the ordinances about using trailers for for people living in travel trailers, it's not being enforced. They also have where if the temporary dwelling, they're allowed to have it for 2 weeks after the dwelling is complete. Well, they're not doing any work there. They're not doing any work. It's just, if you guys want to look at these pictures after my time's up, you're more than welcome to. And I have one picture I just took 20 minutes ago of people living in that trailer. And I do know that there was somebody who came by this afternoon to look at, they knocked on the door, and obviously they're not going to answer. Can I approach?
Yes.
Pass those down and all. This was taken 20 minutes ago. There was somebody in there. 20 minutes ago.
I've been out there many times.
I know, and they won't answer the door for you. They know better.
I don't know they're living in it. And Joe's been out there many times too.
Well, I can't put 24-hour surveillance on it. I can only take random pictures. And these pictures show that somebody's living in
But it don't show that somebody's living there. The pictures you showed me,
there. And they're not on early in the morning, but there was a time I had them in there that they were on. I left for work at 5:30 in the morning, and somebody was in there.
Is there a house on the property?
Yes. And there's also a tent that's, I think, is illegal.
This is located in that
So Circle Drive in right off of Crab Road. Farm Drive and East Lake go around in the back.
I already
I'll get back to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well, real quick, I left a note for Joe to call me today. I never got any response. So.
Anything else on the public time? Fire department.
Good evening, I don't have a lot for you. I'll just touch on our activity report for January of 2026. We had 7 fires, 17 medicals, we had 4 PIs, 3 meetings, 2 trainings, and no work details. It was somewhat of a busy month for us. We had no structure fires, and a couple gas leak, and a couple seal alarms that were went off. But other than that, I have nothing to report, and I'm not asking that.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I made it out to the chili cook-off, but everything was over.
Well, we got there after 2.
Yeah.
We had a really good turnout, and I was up there, and I had all the
He gave away $500 to our fire department.
and then they gave away, what, 300 and 100, I think?
Yeah, for a second.
First, second, third, all got
Yeah.
money.
They're so generous.
And they all were really good. Tasted really good.
So the police department got thrown up.
Happens. We had fun though.
Yeah.
Okay, police department business.
Good evening. For January 2026, we had 432 calls for service. 85 of those were traffic stops, 10 property damage accidents, 5 car deer accidents, 3 personal injury accidents, 14 alarms, 2 domestic violence incidents, 1 warrant arrest. We did 61 property watch or vacation checks, and we had 0 OWI or operating while intoxicated arrest. For training in January, we attended high-risk unified command training put on by the Oakland County Tactical Response Consortium. Officer Plowman, Officer Irish, and myself attended that. That was an 8-hour training. Then also we attended the Comprehensive School Threat Assessment Guidelines, which is CSTAG. That was put on by the Lapeer County ISD. They actually came to the station and did the training for us. Officer Setter, Officer Plowman, and myself attended that. And then also Officer Irish just attended PDCT threat pattern recognition and use of force instructor course, which is 40 hours. And he'll be coming to, we'll be doing an in-house training in the spring here. Things get a little warmer. I also don't have a whole lot this month. The flock safety, just a note, on the 18th of January, we received a stolen vehicle alert for a stolen 2024 Sure-Track trailer. It was stolen out of Greeno Township. It was traveling northbound 24 from Dryden Road. It wasn't located at the time, but after some follow-up, we were able to get the registration plate off the vehicle that was pulling the trailer. And the owner of that vehicle lived in Lapeer County. The information was turned over to the sheriff's office, and they were able to make contact with that individual and recover the trailer. So stolen vehicle was recovered and turned back over to Greeno Township Police Department. Also, we had an issue with our battery out there, and I think the snowplow got us as well because the positioning was off. So flock came out and fixed that for us as well. So pretty happy about that. Just a couple of reminders for all township and village residents. We can contact our office for vacation or property watches if they're going to be out of town. You can contact our office directly or fill out the form on our Metamora Township Police Department website, and it comes directly to us. I'm also working with the website design company to add a link for requesting our speed trailer. So it'll be helpful for areas for people that are having problems with speed in their subdivisions or along the roadways. But the speed trailer is put away for the winter right now, so hopefully we have that up and running shortly. Our OHSP grant, there's no OHSP grant activity for January 2026. We started that back up in the spring. And as far as requests, I have done as well. So unless you have any questions for me, I'm all set.
Thanks. Township business.
So in your packet is the new contract for the assessing services. So I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 to 2031 5-year contract for assessing support services and contract for assessing employees functions as presented.
Support.
Just, so we've had, for Sanilac appraisers work since what, the 90s? I think.
Way before me.
Tom's brother was here before him. Well, he's gonna be looking to winding down and retire. So his granddaughter Kylie has been here for 6 years, I think, at least. And she just got her certification from the state last year, so she's gonna be taking over that role. Okay, that's all I have, sorry. They made a motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please. Motion carried. Anybody have anything?
I do. Donnie, so they're gonna have a blood drive again here, March 25th, from what, 2:30, 2 to 7?
Sounds right.
2:30 to 7 p.m. So if you're wanting to come out and donate blood, there, you can go on to our website and I have the link where you can actually make an appointment. So I did mine.
Yeah, please make an appointment because they want to have X amount of appointments to go to. So you know in advance.
Yes. And then, along with assessing, the assessor's department's sending out the notices the end of February, so everybody should be getting those. And that's all I have.
Okay. All right, I guess we need one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Vegas always knows. Somehow I know that it's gonna be more or less of this. You know who knows? The people that make a living setting numbers.
Yeah.
It was like, the same thing.
I love your boots.
Thank you. They can only come out when there's snow though.
Yes,
They
exactly.
don't do only mud.
I mean, now there's a lot more now, but it's not like it's new.
Wrong one, I gotta do, they don't want to.
It's very confidential, she can never say.
Oh.
He didn't know that they have the link. But they come in and do something that
They're not gonna have to go, I don't know, I'm just
would.